Hi, I'm Sam Collett. This is Music Magazine Evaluation Question 8 for TRC Media Studies Unit G321. So the question is, looking back at your preliminary exercise, what do you feel you have learnt in the progression from it to the full product? From creating my preliminary exercise to making my music magazine, I have learnt lots of the ways in which the audience is attracted to a magazine and how to structure a magazine to be able to make it more appealing to an audience. I have found out that in my genre of music magazines there are lots of similar things that they do to conform with one another. One of the ways they do this is by the use of colour. This is done by having similar colours that are on all of the retro-styled magazines. This is so that the reader can distinguish a retro music magazine from a pop or a rock magazine like Wheel of Pop or Kerrang. The differences from my prelim magazine and my main music magazine is that I have followed more codes and conventions. I have made my music magazine better than my prelim magazine by analysing other magazines so that I can see what the similarities they have with one another and what I have to do to conform with them. This is different from my prelim magazine, as on my prelim I did not research that many college magazines, which means that I didn't use all the codes and conventions of that magazine genre. I have used generic codes and conventions in my music magazine so that the readers of my magazine can see that it is a music magazine and that it is targeted at a certain generation of music listeners. I have also used specific codes and conventions to make my magazine look as realistic as possible. I have done this by using certain colours that are in my magazine that would appeal to my audience. For example, on the front cover I have used grey as the main colour to make the magazine more appealing to my audience. I have also learnt that research and planning are very important in developing a magazine of any sort. This is because to make a music magazine it has to be done in stages, otherwise you can't do one thing without the other, and that means that there would be a hold up of things that you would be able to do. I have also found out that it is important to have a rough drawing of what you want your magazine to look like, so that when you are developing your magazine you can refer back to see where the magazine is going to look like and how you planned it out to look. I have also learned that good organisation and time management is key to producing your magazine on time, and that you need to make to-do lists and have a clear plan of what you are going to do, otherwise you might be late in delivery of the magazine. This is because it is a lot of work to develop a magazine, so you need to be in control of time, otherwise the magazine will be rushed and it won't look good. I have also learnt that it is important to back up work. This is because computers are unreliable, so if I saved it somewhere else then it might be a better chance of recovering work. For my backup plan, I directly save my magazine that I have on InDesign onto my portable hard drive, then I save it onto OneDrive, which is very handy as I can access all my files from anywhere. Then I save a copy to my Documents folder, which is held on the college server, and then I also save it on my desktop, as that is saved locally onto the machine's hard drive. All of this is so that if something went wrong, I can recover my data. I have learnt that good teamwork and collaboration is key to make a realistic music magazine. This is because I had to clearly tell my band how to pose for a magazine, what equipment to bring, and what clothes to wear so that they look the part and so that they look realistic when I was creating my music magazine. If I was to make another magazine, I would use better time management. This is because I didn't realise how much work needed to be done to make a music magazine, so if I was to create another music magazine I would definitely consider organising my time better by either creating to-do lists or a spreadsheet so that I could clearly see what I needed to do to publish my magazine on time.